This video is for you if you've been struggling to maintain momentum while trying to change your habits, whether you're trying to overcome addictive habits, highly dopaminergic habits. If you keep going back to them and then trying to quit again, keep going back and then trying to quit again. I found myself in that cycle, and I've learned a few sort of reframes that have helped me to stay more consistent when I've been trying to change my habits. So we've talked in the past about creating momentum to begin with, which is all about sort of the law of dopamine, which is starting off your day with doing whatever you're replacing your addictive habits with, and doing that first in the day. Now this video is going to be about maintaining that momentum. So what kind of gets in the way is while you engage in those effortful activities at the beginning of the day, and you have sort of this steady dopamine. You're not having this crash from spiking your dopamine with your addictive habits. But as the day goes on, you've kind of been using that dopamine. Your brain is still trying to restore a higher level of dopamine because of your past addictive habits. And so you're going to start to kind of feel cravings to go back to those things as you get in later into the day. And so the first sort of reframe is to recognize that these cravings mean that it's working, that you're weaning off of your old habits, or if you're going cold turkey, it's working. It's changing your brain. The more that you resist those cravings, every time you resist, your brain is relearning and understanding that, we don't need that thing to be okay. We're safe, and we can find dopamine in other ways that require effort, ways that improve my life. And so having that mindset that this pain that I'm in right now, this means I'm getting one step closer to my actual goal, whatever that is for you, why you want to change your habits. Just having that sort of mindset shift helps you to move forward, just patting yourself on the back, like, this is good. Like, I'm glad I'm actually experiencing this craving right now, because that means that it's actually working. And so the more that you can reframe that, the more that you can push through those sort of slumps in the day and continue engaging in those healthy activities. So the second reframe is pretty similar, and it has to do with another reason people sort of lose momentum when changing their habits throughout the day or week, and that's stressful events. So this is one of the biggest reasons that people relapse, is because they have a tough day, tough event. They have an argument with someone, they have a bad day at school, whatever it may be, and they turn to their old habits to cope with that discomfort, with that shame, with that sadness, whatever it may be. And that sets them back. That spikes their dopamine in the moment. It feels good, but then it crashes, and it kind of resets this whole process, all that work that you've put in. You lose a lot of that momentum because of that stressful event. And so a big reframe here is understanding that this is an opportunity for your brain to learn and to adapt, and know that you can get through this event without coping with instant gratification. Right now, your brain knows, okay, when we're stressed, we go to this thing, we go to addictive food, we go to social media. And so it's going to be hard, you're just going to think, okay, go here, feel better. That's what your brain thinks. But the more that you can turn to other things for dealing with stress, healthy activities, every time you do that, the more your brain is going to unlearn those old habits, and the more it's going to instinctively turn to those healthy activities to deal with stress. And so having that reframe, like, okay, this sucks right now, but if I can turn to my healthy coping mechanisms, I'm not going to feel this these cravings, and I'm gonna be able to overcome my addictive habits. And so just know that going into changing your habits, that you're gonna have tough days, and try to remember that mindset when those days come. Now, the third momentum killer is when we make mistakes and our brain convinces us that the day is over, screw it, let's just do whatever we want, let's keep engaging in our old habits. And this is just a lie that our brain tells us to make us feel better in the moment. It wants us to, it knows that it can feel better by engaging in those habits. And so we rationalize by thinking, oh, I already messed up, it doesn't really matter. But the truth is that it does really matter when you're trying to adjust and increase your baseline level of dopamine. Every time you spike your dopamine and let it crash, the more you're going to have to abstain from those habits to get that baseline back up again. And so every little bit matters. So if you make one mistake, you scroll on social media for 5 minutes when you didn't want to. Now that is going to set you back a little bit, but if you stop there, instead of scrolling for 30 minutes, an hour, you're going to be a lot better off having just done it for a few minutes. The more that you spike your dopamine, the more that's going to crash and stay low. So your brain is going to try and rationalize. Just know that we all do it because it's trying to protect us. It's trying to make us feel good. But our brain hasn't evolved in this modern era that we live in. So it hasn't adapted to all of these addictive things that we have around us. So sort of the mindset here is, although it's best to be able to go cold turkey and not engage in our habits at all, that's not realistic. We're going to make mistakes, but not letting our brain trick us, and remembering that engaging in it a little bit is better than engaging in our old habits a lot. And so if you have these sort of reframes of understanding that cravings, they're good, they mean it's working. Stress is an opportunity to unlearn old habits, and then that a small mistake is a lot better than downward spiraling and just letting the rest of the day go. These three things are going to help you a lot to maintain momentum as you're trying to change your habits. And so if you're interested in learning more strategies and having them personalized to your situation, then I'd love to chat with you, and you can click the link in the description and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.